Well, I mean, that's a tough one. I would say in terms of dominance of the game of basketball at this stage, is LeBron.
He's actually 35 years old and has been on this earth longer than people think he has been. That's where that's come from. That's wisdom. We both have the same passion. We just show it in different ways. He takes off like he's jumping off a trampoline off of one leg. I mean, it's the most ridiculous one-leg takeoff I've seen. It's crazy.
I got a screensaver for you. LeBron, save! No, he didn't!
With LeBron, and how do you open it? Like, how do you start? Does he start? Do you start?
Yeah, well, you know, of course, he greeted me at the door, and we sat down. And I tell you something, Jimmy, this guy is so smart.
What was he wearing?
There's some shorts. You know, he had on this LeBron Nike gear.
Okay, all right.
Looking very sharp.
Gotcha.
You know, very relaxed. And we just, you know, started talking about how we both grew up first and how we had probably the same expectations of, you know, people expected us to win and be good. And we both Midwest boys, him from Ohio, me from Michigan. So we started that direction, and then we headed toward the Lakers. And he broke down every player on our team, their strengths and weaknesses. He already knew, you know, the guys on our team. And
you were impressed by that?
I was very impressed with that. And the fact that he knew that he could fit into this young core that we had. And so we just started a dialogue, and before we knew it, you know, 2 hours had passed already, but it was a lot of Laker expectations and offense, defense, you know, how he likes to play. And what was great is this is how he wants to play today, right? The way the Lakers play with pace. And he's going to really take our players to this level in terms of make them so much better.
You know what I mean? He shows no signs of slowing down. So, I mean, congrats to him. But we're going to be saying this again when he getting to like 40. Just remember I said that. When he getting, he going to get somewhere up there. I think he'll be #1 by the time it's all said and done.
Even if LeBron doesn't win another championship, to me, he's still arguably one of the best players to ever play this game. And some may argue he's the best player to play this game. So
you want to have that argument with him?
I second all that he said.
I would have
all of it, arguably.
Okay.
You know, and I won't say he's the best, but statistically,
you can't argue that.
He is. He's one of the greatest.
The things that he is doing on the court now, I mean, I'm a big Michael Jordan guy. I mean, that was my era. But LeBron's making a great argument to be, you know, one of the greatest, if not the greatest.
LeBron James, what he has accomplished, the greatest thing I've probably ever seen in sports. I've said that before. For an 18-year-old kid to come into the NBA, and he's the only one who's ever been really good at 18. Yep. Like as great as Kobe was, he struggled his first few years. Kevin Garnett, all those guys. What LeBron James has done to be 18 years old, come into the NBA, live up to the hype, never gotten in a stitch of trouble. Right. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
LeBron is not as good as Michael Jordan? Come on. What do you think? LeBron is in a class by himself.
What you guys are missing, and Shannon probably knows it better than anybody else, is the game is a team sport. So individuals don't win championships, teams win championships. You know, and you're only as good as the team can take you. You can only go as far as the team can take you. So 3 and 5 doesn't mean anything. I'm more impressed with 8 finals than I am with the record in the finals.
I'm with
you,
Doc.
If he was 0 for 8 in finals, that would still be an amazing achievement. That's like going to 8 Super Bowls.
So are you saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
I would pick LeBron James.
You would?
Yeah. If I'm trying to build a team. If I'm trying to build a team, now that ain't sour grapes. Hold on, come on over here and talk about it, cause I won. Okay,
he did.
You can't be dismissive of what I did. Okay, so let's keep it real now.
He's playing at that MVP level. And, I mean, I've seen this guy play a lot of years, and, you know, he never ceases to amaze me, but sometimes he does, you know, and he's playing phenomenal.
You think LeBron should have gotten the MVP?
I mean, if we're talking strictly based off stats, like he checks every
It's him
mark,
every
like,
year, though, in that regard, right? Does anyone do more for one team than LeBron does? It's tough.
It's tough, right?
It's tough. I mean,
He's
but
incredible.
it's boring to give it to him every season. Like
He's
that's
incredible.
I
would say that he's in his own lane, man.
Camps. So just to, you know, my first year be able to compete against, you know, a player like him and, you know, be a few shots away from, you know, beating him and his team and going to the championship. It's something I will always remember.
LeBron is a freak of his own, man. He's the best in the world for a reason. You can give him MVP every year. It'd be like unfair to everybody else, though. I mean, he's in a league of his own.
I was most excited to play against Bron. You know, I tell people all the time, I had the poster on the wall last year in my dorm room, like screaming at the TV when they came back down from 3-1. I posted it on Instagram. I had to delete it, you know, once I got drafted. I took it down. But, you know, I was screaming when they came back from that 3-1 lead.
That's what's up.
And we played them in Cleveland, and I told my coach, I said, look, coach, like, I'm starstruck right now. Like this, I'm on the court, you know, I'm playing against this dude, and I ended up playing, you know, pretty well, but like just the overall, just playing against him, and then we played against him the second time, and that starstruck, like it went away.
Right.
Like, all right, now he's a human. Like he's human. Like you know, he's a player just like I am.
Just LeBron's greatness, it can't be overshadowed. I mean, right now we should all really appreciate what he's doing and what he has done, and. You know, you can't put nothing past greatness. You know, when you see it at the level that it's going at, this is something we need to appreciate. And it's going to be remembered for a long time. There's not going to be a player like this come along for a long time.
Now in this era, LeBron doesn't want to tire himself out because he does so much on his Cleveland basketball team. It's a difference. Michael Jordan really didn't have a mindset of, I don't care if I do tire myself out, I'm going to go and take this guy because I want to prove to him that I am the better basketball player. I think that LeBron doesn't have that mindset that he wants to do that every night because he knows that he does so much on his team and he has to exert himself so much that he doesn't do it.
No, I'm not there. I'm not on that level yet. LeBron James is one of the best players in the league, one of the best players to ever play the game. It's great going against him, but you know, I don't think about that. You know, I'm just Giannis. I'm just trying to make whatever it takes for my team to win.
Boston's got a good, solid team, but they don't put any fear in your heart. Now, LeBron puts fear in your heart.
Would LeBron get the super status of the NBA if he came into the league in the 90s?
He's, if you look in the 80s era, he's an athletic Magic Johnson. And then in this era, he's himself. But you add the athleticism that the other guys that had the comparable skill sets had.
Can we go to the next question? Seriously.
Yeah.
It's LeBron James.
Yeah.
He's one of the top, 5, 10 players of all time. So let's
the guy's like you said, he's a freak of nature, and being a small forward, you know, understand what type of player he is. Like Charles said, he's a player 6'8", 260, 270 with unbelievable speed and athleticism. You can't. Where have you ever seen?
He actually could have been better in our era. And
I tell you something. If he ever really learns how to play on the post and adapt that as part of his game, you think he's unstoppable now?
He might have played better. He might have played better, like you just said, in our era.
In our era,
with better players and guys.
Better players, and I think he's been posting up more.
Yeah.
And also because the way we fouled in the 90s, he'd have developed a jump shot even quicker.
You cannot tell me in a one-on-one game now that LeBron James wouldn't dominate Mike. In a one-on-one game, LeBron James, 6'9", 260 pounds. If the game was at 7, I think LeBron would win 7-3.
Sweet Lord. He's silent. He's having some sort of a thing.
Jay,
did you just say into a microphone that LeBron James would beat Michael Jordan
in a one-on-one match?
One-on-one?
LeBron James is 6'9", 260. He moves like a guard. He moves like a guard. He defends like a guard.
And winner take out?
Yeah, winner takes ball.
Winner take out.
Winner takes ball.
Okay. LeBron is bigger. LeBron is more massive and stronger than Michael Jordan.
Quicker.
But Michael Jordan is the only player other than Hakeem Olajuwon. And I've been on the court and was like, he's the best player on the offensive side and the best player on the defensive side. Just because you see LeBron James going between the leg and behind the back and throwing left-hand passes against Terry Rozier, don't think he's going to be doing that against Michael Jordan.
You're saying you don't think LeBron is the best offensive player and the best defensive player on the court when he plays?
No. Defensive? No.
You cut them off.
No.
Numbers don't lie. He's right there. He probably will never catch him in terms of MVP.
Okay.
But in terms of statistics, LeBron is right there. And when you look across the board, not just scoring, check his assists, check his rebounds, he's probably ahead.
I told you, Michael Jordan, I never seen a guy like him play, but this guy, LeBron James, he's doing stuff that I've never seen before. He's a bigger, stronger Michael Jordan. I never thought I would say that. I'm not going to say he better than Michael now, but if he can win 5 or 6 championships, this guy, it's an honor. Listen, I love Kobe Bryant. He's one of the 10 greatest players ever. But this guy, LeBron James, like Michael Jordan was on a whole nother planet compared to guys. This guy, LeBron James, is on another planet.
Okay, LeBron, he's a cool guy. He gave me a lot of mental, nuggets that I could take with me as I started my own NBA career. And, obviously as a basketball player, the dude's amazing. So somebody that has a lot of pressure on him and somehow seems to keep getting better.
In high school, I went to see one of his games because he was so highly touted. And they were playing in Philadelphia. And I was with the Sixers, obviously. And I went to see him. And from the time that I saw him play, I knew that he was going to be special.
Why? What
just everything, just having everything on the basketball court, and just knowing the game so well at an early age, being the height that he was, strong as he was, being able to run as fast as he run, being able to handle the ball, and like I said, just a very, very high basketball IQ.
Obviously, LeBron's a world-class athlete. Been doing it for double-digit years in the league and playing at incredible high level. So there's a sense of longevity there and just the sheer talent that.
But LeBron's ability to guard so many people on the floor just separates him from so many players. He can guard 1, 2, 3s, and 4s. He's big and strong. They both were great passers. Larry was a better shooter. LeBron was probably a better athlete. Right. Both tremendous passers. I mean, it's hard to say.
The problem I had with LeBron was he would pass the ball so much, and I'm used to guys trying to go one-on-one. So if you go one-on-one against me, it's perfect because I'm going to make you go 10 for 30. I can make you miss 20 shots. LeBron passes the ball, you see?
And then he works without the ball to get it back.
He's not great off the ball. He's not a great player off the ball, but he passes the ball. Like Curry's great off the ball, played great off the ball. LeBron's okay off the ball. He's getting better off the ball. But he would pass it, and you would have to help because you're trying to win. You got to help your other teammate. You see what I'm saying?
So when LeBron passes it forced you to be a team defender.
He forces you to be a team defender, and that's before he was able to take over games. Now he's able to take over games.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game because he's so potent offensively that not only can he score at will, but he keeps everybody involved. And you have to be on your P's and Q's on defense because no guy on the basketball court is not a threat to score when LeBron James is out there.
It took the whole summer to understand what he was doing and realize that was brilliant. To decoy yourself, to get everybody involved, get everyone plays, then you take over, then decoy again, to decoy. Then I realized we never actually guarded this guy. When he wasn't scoring, it was him decoying. He could have scored 70 against us. He could score 70 against everybody else. So what ends up happening is when you actually think you're guarding LeBron, you're actually not guarding LeBron. He's just in decoy mode, letting everybody else get a feel for the game. And that's when I was like, okay, I like it.